So, you're thinking about buying a beta, or you just bought a beta. You want to give him the best life. You want a happy, healthy, bubble nest making beta. Stay tuned to find out how exactly to do that.
But if you ever enacting and never to hate me, won't I hesitate to get in close and let me issue this warning. I'm out the swamp, dog, meaning I'm at my best when it's storming.
What up, squad? And hello to everybody just passing through. Alright guys, today in this one, we're going to be talking about Betta Fish Care. Alright, so like I said, either you're thinking about buying a beta, or recently you've just bought a beta. And of course, you want to make a long, happy, healthy life for this beta. So, with a lot of videos out there giving you misinformation that's either going to cost you unnecessary amounts of money, or provide your beta with less than ideal living environments. Today, this video is going to hopefully clarify some of that up for you, save you a little bit of money, and make for a long, happy, healthy, bubble nest making beta for you. Alright guys, so if you haven't already, be sure to click the subscribe button below so that you can get constant updates on anything from fish care like this to other fish videos. We do mini motorsports, mini bike squads, so you subscribe and you won't regret it. Alright, as you can see, there's my beta fish, Jon Snow. I'm not going to pretend that I know the exact type, because I'm not a beta fish expert. I wouldn't claim to be. But I've definitely had a few over the years, and took care of a few of them in school. I went to a career center, took small animal care, small animal science, and part of that was freshwater and saltwater fish cleeping. Now, as you can see, this is a 5-gallon fluval, I believe it's a chi. I don't know. Yeah, actually, yep, right there. A fluval chi. Highly overrated, unnecessarily expensive tank. Built-in filter and light. Honestly, the filter sucks. It's small, inadequate, and the light doesn't have a switch to turn off, so your fish get light at all times. But this is what's available, and this isn't a bad home. I would say 5 gallons, minus all of his little friends here, would make a pretty solid home for your beta fish long term. But anyway, let's get into the couple of things I want to talk about and clarify some things up. So, since we're already talking about the tank, as you know, this is what you see a beta fish in at the store. These little buckets, and then they'll tell you that you can buy some little rinky-dink little vase, like you're gonna stick your beta fish in that or something. But hopefully, to help you guys visualize, let's think of it like this. This is keeping your beta fish in a jail cell, a good old 6x8 standard jail cell. So that's what your beta is sitting in on your Walmart shelf, your Pet Supplies Plus shelf, just waiting for somebody to free him, waiting for a sentence to be up and to go home. And unfortunately, too many people think that a half-gallon or, a 1-gallon, sometimes less, is suitable environment. So, from jail cell to, let's call this, like his 1-bedroom apartment. Single beta fish, that's perfect. This is all he needs. It's got everything he needs. It's got a bedroom space. He's got his master bathroom. He's got a kitchen, a living room, a dining room. He's good, all by himself. His friends here are temporary. They will be moving on out here in the next couple weeks. but they're too small to go in some of the other tanks to get beat up. So they're hanging out with him for the time being. But this may or may not be where I keep him housed. I might put him in the 15-gallon. So going from jail cell, 1-bedroom apartment, 10-gallon. Probably, you know, a nice 2-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom house. You get some yard space. Nice upgrade. 15-gallon. We moved him up to like a whole townhouse. He's got extra rooms. He's got a study. He's got a gaming room. You know, he's good. Let alone, you know, always the bigger the better. But I would say and recommend no less than a 5-gallon tank for a single or pair, a male, female. But obviously, if you do any research and you know, you can't keep them together long term usually anyway without them trying to kill each other. But 5 gallons is my minimum recommendation for a long, healthy, happy beta. Not currently any, actually, see, got a bubbles? That's the bubble nest from the beta. That's a sign of a happy, healthy beta. Before, I also made the mistake of keeping these guys in smaller tanks, and I never had that happen. He'd been in this tank maybe 24, 48 hours and was already making bubble nests. So that's letting me know that, you know, he's enjoying life. He's probably not too fond of his roommates, but he doesn't mind his roommates. Sorry, I was trying to adjust that. Get semi-decent flow. Like I said, this little 5-gallon tank's like $75 for no reason. Thing sucks. You gotta balance this thing yourself, try and get the water to flow evenly all the way around. Got no top seam. Like, is that why it costs so much? Just because they kept the plastic, which adds more reinforcement? I don't know. Either way, so that's point one. It's tank size. Prison, good. Anything less is like, you know, you're locking him in his bedroom. He's moving from a prison cell to a decent-sized bedroom. So give your beta fish a house. 5 gallons or better. Point number 2. This one's just to save you guys some money. That beta water, you know, you buy it in a bottle like it's Voss, like you got some rich, aristocratic, picky beta fish that only drinks the finest imported European water or some bullcrap. No. Just tap water. Straight out the hose. I do, you know, like 50% water change once a week on it. Gets all the rocks clean, gets good water out, and then I stick a hose that I rewater all my fish tanks with. That's hooked directly up, no dechlorinator, no anything like that. Put it back in, everyone's good. No sickness, bubbleness, so you know he's happy. Like, don't waste your money on buying Voss Beta water. They're not that picky, they don't care. And realistically, that's about it. I would say, like, the third point is kind of goes hand in hand with the smaller things. If you put your beta fish in a vase with some flowers or whatever, you know, like so many people do. Like, granted, the beta fish doesn't need a lot of surface agitation. You know, they'll come up, they'll take a little breath or whatever. So you don't need like a heavy bubbler or whatever causing a lot of water disturbance like that. But you want a filter. Whether that filter causes water disturbance, whether the filter is just a little sponge filter, hang on back, clip in. You don't want to not be cleaning the water. Either way, he's peeing in there, he's pooping in there, you know. He pays good rent money for sewage and utilities, just like the rest of us. So, you know, make sure you if you're going to put him in a vase or whatever you're going to do, at least make sure he's got some kind of filtration, or be doing daily little water changes so that he has good water quality. They deserve good water, just like every other fish. You know, maybe not as fancy as the Voss imported European water, but, you know, he doesn't need to be swimming in his own filth all day, every day. So, realistically, those are my 3 points. 1, good sized tank. 5 gallons or better, please, for the beta. They're not expensive. You don't have to buy a $75 Fluval Chi. I didn't. I got it as a gift. You can go to Pet Supplies Plus when they're having $1 per gallon sales, and you get yourself a 5 gallon or a 10 gallon tank for $5 or $10, and your beta will love you for its long, happy, healthy life. 2, filtration. Clean your beta's water. You don't want to be swimming in his poop. You don't want to be swimming in your poop. Clean his water. Get him some filtration. And finally, number 3, don't worry about wasting your money on Voss bottled beta water. Again, I know it's not Voss. Please don't sue me, Voss. Just for the idea of your beta fish doesn't need the fancy, expensive bottled beta water. He's just as happy with tap water as anybody else. So there you have it, guys. Those are my personal little tidbits and proper beta care. Too often you see people putting them in these little itty bitty half gallon, 1 gallon containers, no filtration. I mean, yeah, sure, the fish has room, but I mean, think about it from your perspective. Do you want to be stuck in your closet all day? Probably not. Do you want to live in just your bedroom all day? Probably not. You want a whole house. You want to be able to walk around. You want to be able to go places. You don't want to be stuck in one spot. Neither does your fish. So, 5 gallons are better for your beta fish. Filtration. And don't waste your money on the fancy water. They don't need it. Hopefully you guys got something helpful out of this video, and hopefully you can provide your fish, your beta fish, and any of your fish with a happy, healthy, high quality life, because that's what this hobby's about. This isn't about, you know, oh, this fish is pretty. Like, they have feelings. They deserve to be treated well. Again, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this on a constant basis, plus many motorsports videos if you're into that. Drop a comment, leave me some stories, tell me I'm full of crap, whatever, I don't care. Drop it in the comments below. Love to hear from you guys. And if you're still here or you like this, please give us a thumbs up. Lets me know that you like these kinds of videos and you want to see more of them. Anyways, guys, that's about going to wrap it up for today's video. Hope you have a wonderful one. Love you guys. And as always, we're going to end it with the mic drop.
Sleeping on my city with lyrical by committee. The swamp is stomping them. You know one drama, I mean not any.